So I just hope they get on the team. Prayers up. When you say your prayers tonight, say your prayers for Nick Sostovskis and Wade Baldwin, please. James Ennis gets acquired from the Rockets, going over to the 76ers, which means they added more depth. I'm telling you, the Sixers are going to the finals. And if they don't, I would be shocked because they have a flat-out squad. James Ennis, quietly, has been balling for the Rockets. And now he's going over to the Sixers to give them more depth. Be on the lookout, man. Do not count out the Sixers this year. They should be going to the finals. So wait till NBA playoff basketball starts. Just wait, because it's coming. NBA is a business, said Galloway. You're 100% right. I'm sad how former Tar Heel Harrison Barnes was treated. Wish him nothing but best in Sacramento. I agree with you, Pops. I mean, I think it could have been handled differently. But Harrison Barnes, wherever he goes, he's going to be a stand-up guy. He's going to play good basketball. And also, the sad part about it, too, is here in Dallas, he just did a camp for kids at a school. It had to have been this week or last week. And then he ends up getting traded. So that one did hurt, because I'm a Harrison Barnes fan. I'm a Tar Heels fan. And that's something that you don't want to see. Mochi says 3 days off is a mini vacation. Courtney Harden fired on vacation. Exactly. Now, one of the biggest trades that went down, or probably you could say the biggest trade, was Marc Gasol going over to the Raptors. In exchange, Valanciunas, Dalian Wright, and CJ Miles, and a 2024 second-round pick to the Grizzlies. So now, Toronto has a little bit of a squad. Let's not sleep on Toronto at this point in time. Pau Gasol, Kawhi, Kyle Lowry. Who else they got? Whoever that starting five is, Serge Ibaka on the squad. Also, they have my man, North Carolina guy. Used to play for the Spurs. Shout out to Holly Newsom. So the Raptors got a little bit of a squad now. So be on the lookout for the Raptors too. I don't think they're gonna come out of the East, but they added some guys. They didn't end up trading Conley after multiple discussions of trades. I thought Conley would have been gone. At this point, the Grizzlies are blowing it up to pieces, and then they're gonna rebuild it all back together again. Because they're this whole thing about that team, they're done. They're done with attempting to build a good team. They have said, forget about it. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's try again. Let's hit the reset button. That's basically what they're doing. So I am surprised that Conley was not traded. I thought he would have been traded. They said he was available, but he didn't end up leaving. So the Knicks bought out Wes Matthews, but they're keeping DeAndre Jordan. Wesley Matthews has gone to the Pacers at this point. So we'll see what happens with the Pacers now. Oladipo is done for the rest of the year. That was a sad sight to see him go down with that injury. I'm an Oladipo fan. I like Oladipo. I like how they almost beat Cleveland. That was 2 years ago now. So big ups to Oladipo. Hopefully he gets back and better. The Magic trade for Markelle Fultz. Finally they shipped Markelle Fultz out of there. I didn't think they wanted him a couple years ago. And I said this during that playoff run where I think they lost in the second round. Markelle Fultz was on the bench most of the series. And I'm like, you have this young talent. Why aren't you using him? And if you're not going to use him, then trade him. Don't keep this kid hostage. So I'm happy that he's gone. I'm sure he's probably happy that he's gone. And now he's able to move on with his life. He's able to move on with his life. He's able to build something in Orlando. And I'm happy for the kid. I am happy for the kid, and I hope he gets a good opportunity and a good shot. So the 76ers will receive Jonathan Simmons, which again adds depth, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick. And Elton Brand, I believe Elton Brand is the GM. Elton Brand is throwing down deals. Elton Brand is not playing around. This is not a game. Are you not entertained? This is not a game for Elton Brand. He is playing for keeps. He got Jimmy Butler. He was able to send out Markelle Fultz and get a first-round pick back. He was able to get Tobias Harris. Give this dude GM of the year right now. Give him GM of the year right now. Mochi says if Gasol has resurgence of energy, they may keep Kawhi, which would change a lot of free agent talk. I agree. Courtney Arden says Fultz needs to change the scenery, and he got it. He really did, because he was starting to being seen as the enemy, and let's try to push Markelle Fultz out of here. He says he don't want to be here. It was really like they were starting to set up the stage to get him out of there anyway. So I'm just glad that they made the deal. I'm glad they made the deal. Let the kid go. Let him try to do something elsewhere. And the LA Lakers made a trade. No, it wasn't the trade that we all wanted to see. No, it isn't the trade that we thought it was going to be. But it was a trade at a little bit of a lesser value. They've traded Zubac and Michael Beasley to the Clippers for Mike Muscala. Mike Muscala is joining his second team in a couple of days, as he was just traded to the Clippers. So Mike Muscala hasn't even gotten his feet wet on the other LA team, and he ends up just getting in his car and he drives over to the Lakers facility and gets his key card and gets all ready to go. So Muscala is going to add some depth and an outside shooter for them. I think he is a nice player. I think he is going to add some depth. I think he is going to add something that they could use. So that was the deal that ended up going down. Elton is out here working. He making NBA 2K moves. I agree with you, Mochis. He is. It's a full horse in the East. Now that LeBron is gone, can't wait for the playoffs to start, says my pops. I agree. This, to me, makes me so excited for these playoffs. And we're not even halfway through the NBA season yet. So when we get to the playoffs, you know it's going to be so much excitement coming up to it that it's going to be must-see basketball with these moves. Of all the trades that went down, who do you think was the winner of the trade deadline? For me, it was easy. That was the 76ers. The deals that they made to maneuver around, that to me, they were the winners, hands down. Shout out to H-Rap B in the building. LeVar gonna keep talking reckless and get Zoe traded in the summer. Yeah, LeVar. I didn't even want to bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up here in a second. But LeVar is kind of a Nostradamus, though. I'm gonna tell you in a minute why I'm saying that. So Anthony Davis does not get dealt. the Pelicans will allow, listen to this. When I read this, I'm like, who is the Pelicans to say they will allow him to play? If he does not play, you're going to lose every single game. So don't act like you don't need Anthony Davis. You need him, but your butt hurt now because he said he wants to leave. So they're saying they will allow him to play. To me, I thought that was a trash comment. But they're going to limit his minutes. They're going to limit his minutes to less than what he was playing. He's gone. He said he's gone. But he's going to play out the remainder of this season. So get over it. Get over it, Pelicans. The Knicks release Enes Kanter, and supposedly he's going to be picked up by the Turkish government because there is a warrant. I believe there's a warrant out for his arrest because of some things that he's been involved in. John Wall is going to be out 12 months with a ruptured Achilles in a slipping accident at his home. That sucks. But I thought John Wall was going to be out anyway with another injury that he had. Courtney Harden says, I actually locked the Bucks adding Mirotic. Yes, I forgot about that. When Mirotic goes to the Bucks, adding more shooting with Giannis, they will be dangerous. Good point right there. That adds to a team that has, Giannis and I believe Bledsoe still on that squad. Honestly, I don't pay that much attention to the Bucks, but they are number one in the East, so they're doing something right. I want to give a big ups to Maya Moore. Maya Moore, via the Players Tribune, says that she will not play in the WNBA this year because she wants to take time away with her family and with her ministry. I applaud her for that because a lot of people would just continue to tough it out and continue to play. She is taking a step back and not playing. I applaud her for the decision that she's made. She's a great player, 3-time champion. Maya Moore is stepping away this season. Big ups to her in the decision that she made. Ultimately, it is her decision. It is her life. She can do with it what she pleases. And if she decides to step away for a higher calling and to be with her family, maybe she wants to start a family. And a 4-time WNBA champion, and a finals MVP, 5-time All-Star, 1-time WNBA MVP. Big ups to Maya Moore. Do your thing. The Knicks, Lakers, and Warriors are the top list of NBA teams, according to Forbes. Now look, we wonder why players are always linked to the Knicks, because they are the most valued NBA team. That's why they're always linked. That's why KD's linked to it. That's why Kyrie is linked to it. That's why LeBron was linked to it. That's why every single free agent, people say he's going to go to the Knicks, because the Knicks are the most valuable franchise. It's in New York. It's on one of the biggest stages, if not the biggest stage. So that is the reason why, because I do wonder sometimes, why are the Knicks always brought up? And that's because they are the most valued organization. And when you're the most valued organization, that means you have money. That also means just the value of being in New York really surpasses being in a lot of other places. But nobody has gone there yet. So I think that has to probably do with ownership. I saw an ignorant person make a negative comment about Maya Moore making this decision. I think it takes more to step away from something you love, from something that you believe in. She doesn't owe an explanation. Great comment, Mochis. And that probably was from a butthurt fan. Look, it's her life. You're not living her life. You're not in her shoes. You don't know what God is calling her to do that she's been holding off for years. If read that Player Tribune article. Whoever that person was, Mochis, if you know that person, Tell them to read that Players Tribune article. They will change their mind real quick.